next year because he has a lot of IOUs from when he was actually living on Bowen Island and was missing the ferry a lot of times and would have to phone me in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to be late for class. Can you tell the students I'm on my way? Anyways, Roman graduated from the Academy of Fine Arts in Warsaw, Poland, and with an MA in Industrial Design and in the mid-70s. And he worked at the Academy for 5 years before then immigrating to Canada in 1981, where he then started a new program at the University of Calgary in the Faculty of Environmental Design. He worked there for 8 years, and there was a point in time where I guess him and his family, they decided that they'd had enough of flatlands and cowboy hats, which must have been kind of something very unusual for somebody coming from Poland to see so many of those. And so they decided to move out to the West Coast, and they took that quite to an extreme. They actually decided to move on to Bowen Island, so that's going from something like the prairies right to an island. That's quite taking it to quite all the way. So, but actually the challenge that he took up was actually to start a new program here at Emily Carr, and he did that. Roman, from the beginning, from the humble beginnings of a few students and a handful of colleagues, which I'm sure he's still in contact with. He created the program, established the standards and work ethics that are hard for us to keep up with. And he was amazingly supportive to everybody that he worked with. I remember the first time I had the pleasure of sitting in on critique with him, and the way that he actually responded to the students, and he was both supportive but yet extremely to the point and critical, and some of the terms that he used, it kind of just stayed in my mind and will always stay in my mind. And I remember I was talking to Louise, and she was saying that she remembers a story that she wanted to share. And it was she had talked to a student and asked that a student, she had seen a project one week, and then the following week she actually had come back and was just amazed with the development of the project. Established that bar, that standard that I hope that we as the taking over the I don't know what you want to call it, the flame or the sword or the torch. Something flame. That okay, the biggest in the world. He also established strong external relationships that actually created, put our program on the map. And some of those were with G.F. Strong, the medical assistive device program, UBC, Boeing, Bombardier, Alessi, Herman Miller, just to mention a few, benefited the students, the organization, and the reputation of Emily Carr University. As the program got larger and more of us came on board, Roman found new ways of contributing, which was where he then went down and started teaching in foundation. And I was always amazed walking by the display cabinet outside of the output center and seeing beautiful objects made out of flossing tools or toothpicks or common day objects that nobody would normally see. That's just a practical, common day, functional object, but you somehow instilled in the students that they could find beauty in even the most simple common day object. And he also was teaching a lot of times on Saturdays. I would see him teaching in continuing studies, like instilling the joy and the passion of design to working professionals from all walks of life and different types of professions. In addition to his teaching career, Roman has also worked as an industrial designer for all kinds of different companies in both Canada and the United States, including SMED, Exxon, and in electronics, sportings, heavy-duty equipment, and graphic design. And his work has received awards and has been submitted to and widely published. Outside of his teaching, Roman is very passionate about, of course, I think everybody knows that, about drawing. And, I think I mentioned in the other presentation that I think a lot of us have drawings of ourselves that Roman sketched during a meeting or a function like this, that he would just pick up and start drawing somebody in the crowd. He has a specialized mode of artistic visual recording, as he likes to call it. His style is easily recognizable. And then I guess I wanted to sort of end on something a bit more funny. And I asked Roman, like I was asking him, what was the funniest time that he, in his 24 years here. And he mentioned that he had just gone on his first 6-month sabbatical. And he came back for the first day back to class. I guess, was it in the fall or in the spring? Don't remember. But anyways, the students had actually, the class at that time, had thought that they would surprise Roman. So they had actually completely sort of drywalled over his door. To the point where it was, and Roman walked in, and they had it videotaping it. They were hidden in the class and watching it. He walked in, and he thought that he was on the wrong floor. And he walked out, and he came back in and was totally confused, and then they burst out laughing. Anyways, I would like to just finish that with an Irish blessing. Not that I'm Irish, but may you always work with your hands to do. And you have been a wonderful mentor to all of us. Thank you, Mom.
First of all, I would like to introduce my family. And Michael, Chris, Raphael, Diana, would you please come here? Please.
Go up.
Don't be shy. The Academy of Finance in Warsaw, Poland, rector of the school. Professor Wróblewski was a professor at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign and a visiting professor at many universities. Also, I invited him a couple of years ago to give a lecture at Emily Carr as well. It's like thank you very much for coming. Yes, and this is the I will not be leaving the school. I will continue teaching continuing education courses, and I've been teaching those courses for the past 15 years, and anticipate doing so in the near future. And in addition, I'm going to maintain the collection of well-designed objects located at the South Building, and you know where the collection is. And every day during the semesters, I remove the fingerprints from the glass, and this is my attendance map, the mapping of the attendance. Okay, here we are. And I intended the collection of this object, and that hopefully this collection will be moved to the Great Northern Way. And the president, where's the president? Yes. Will it be possible? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I need to make some sort of deals. And the collection, actually, I have received 2 donations. This was from Bonnie office. Very positive.